Hi everyone, this is Mike Hamilton on the 14th of November, Sunday. Just looking at the week ahead, and there's a lot of interesting charts setting up, so let's get going. Right, start with the dollar index. This is the daily chart on the left, the weekly on the right. Here on the weekly you can see the hammer with this big bar last week, so that's a new low, close above next week. So it's a complete rejection of the lows, and here you are on the daily chart. You can see we've bumped up against this area 78.50 three times, the third time on Friday. So 8 and the 20 EMA is crossing. Hesitant bar on Friday, first touch of the 50, or first attempt to get back the 50 EMA since September. What I think will happen is, I think we'll move within this area between this 78.55 and this 77.65 for a short while, and I think we'll attempt to break up. I think so. We'll have a pullback in the weekly to 77.60 area, and then attempt to get back up to 80. So that means possibly some quiet start to the week, unless we get a sudden breakout on Monday through that resistance area there. That is affecting the gold. The gold is now got a shooting star with divergent RSI on the weekly. See how we go. This is the S&P 500 futures weekly. You can see. So still, all we're doing here is just pulling back from a very, very big buyer's bar on the back of that quantitative easing and news. Look at all the moving averages coming across. We have had a touch of the 70 RSI. I think we're just going to get a pullback to this 8 EMA, 1174. If we do get down to 1163, the 50 EMA, I'd look for a reversal bar back down here and be a buyer. So short-term pullbacks, and see how we handle this 50 EMA. But it's been a very, very bullish move. This is the first significant pullback for some time. That's the biggest red bar in the whole of this bull run since I called the reversal in the 31st of August. So this is a nice big run up. All we need is a pullback here. So that's what I'm looking for in the ES. If you wanted to short it, I would look for a short back to this area here at 12.05 and see if we can get back down to 11.63. Just write that down. Okay, that's the ES. So I've got the oil. Look on the daily. You can see from these highs in April and retest in May, picked off the area resistance here. So I'm looking for this oil to come back down and test this trendline support. May even come down and test the 250 down here. That'd be great if it could. And the strength of that dollar could easily bring that down here. A lovely reversal bar up there with that gap to the 8, so it's a very nice move on Friday. So any pullbacks to this 85.30 area are to be shorted, and then look to see if we can get a reversal bar down to this 82.30. Let's have a look at the other one I want to look at is Palladium. This is very heavily dependent, that's platinum, sorry. It's already had a pullback right back to the 50. It's Palladium I was after, and here we are. Look at that shooting star. I'm really liking this short here on Palladium. Palladium is a key component in the key mineral in the car industry, catalytic converters. So that gap, a shooting star on the RSI, is really, really nice. We're miles away from the 8 EMA. Got reversal bars up here, looking for this to come down, but at least back down to 60 on Palladium. This is the euro against the US dollar. You can see these reversal bars up here. They're close below the 8 on the weekly, but we just had contact with the 2 and EMA here on the weekly, and the 20 EMA is just going through the 50 on this. But this is a reversal bar on the daily on the 50 EMA. So that's, reversal bar on 50 EMA is no small thing. In fact, that's a very, very nice setup. And we're close to the 50% here on the fibs. I think there's some better charts out there. I just want to look at a couple of other things on the forex. I'm not going to trade this because look at the 8 and the 20 above it. So you've got the 50 and the 200 below, and the 8 and 20 above it. So it's what I think we might find some, might retest this 8 and the 20 and possibly roll over, given what I've just said about the dollar index. The currency I do like is this Euro Aussie dollar. Look at this hammer in the weekly at this major area here, 139.17. So if we start to break up here on the back of this hammer, this is potentially a head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder. And on the daily, you can see we just closed above the 8 on the back of these reversal bars, off a lot of support. So we have got a lot of congestion up here. The better way to trade it is to wait until we get a 50 EMA break, and we're not that far off the 50 EMA break anyway, so you might just want to put this on your watch list. However, if we start to break above 39.17 and you're prepared to put a stop down there at 36.40, so it's a reasonable size stop, 250 point stop, you go just below there at 36.30. Then let's see if we can get back to the upside on this one. There's the trend line on the daily. So we've just closed, sliced through this trend line resistance on Friday. But you can see we've got a lot of congestion up here. So it's better to put this on your watch list, look for a 50 EMA break, and then see if we can get back up to 146. Very interesting in this pound CAD. If you look at the weekly here, we have actually got to close above the 50 EMA on the weekly with the 8 and the 20 below us, but it's been in chop land. We could break out here, but look at this chart. The safer play is going to be for a close above this trendline resistance on this weekly here, which would put it at roughly above, it's going to close above these highs here at 163.96, which would give you a close up here on this daily. Then we could get a nice wedge breakout, but obviously there's a lot of resistance up here on the daily, and we've got to get through it. Otherwise it could just roll over here and drop right down through this trendline support. So still not sure which way this is going to break. Very, very choppy, but I am keeping that on my watch list. The other one I'm interested in is this one, pound Aussie dollar, 50 EMA break. So this is the best chart out there at the moment. That's the pound Aussie dollar. If we're going to pull back to 63.35, I'd be a buyer. And looking to a lot of congestion in the weekly though. Got a 20 EMA at 166, which puts us just up here. But the 50% fibs, which shows the resistance of the daily, is right up there at just under 167. So my target on here would be to get by a pullback to 163.30 and try and get 167 on the pound Aussie dollar. Finally, I think this pound US dollar, we open very, very hesitant bar, difficult to call, but I think what we're looking at here is a hesitant bar on Thursday, open and close just above the 80 EMA, but just below this hesitant bar on Thursday. So we're basically consolidating, having retested the 20 EMA. So what I'm looking for is this. I think that bar on the weekly there is a bar that's going to create a lot of downdraft. Look at the RSI and the way it's tailing off. I still think this pound could hold up. But short term, I think we're going to see a pullback. I think we could see a pullback right down to 185.50 before we resume, which would take us right back to the 50 EMA here before we resume the uptrend. But it's difficult to call because these are two closes, open and closes, above the 8 and the 20. Right, that's it. Hope that helps. Beginners course is on the 20th and 21st of November. If you're interested, drop me a line. Forex course starts on the 7th of December.